Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a dedicated review on this brand new perfume from Gucci. It's from the Gucci FLORA line. This is Gorgeous Magnolia. This kind of creeped up on me and I have no idea exactly when this was released, like the exact timing. I know it's fairly new and I think I've seen this popping up here and there, but I wasn't ever like, oh, I have to go get that perfume. And by complete chance, I was in a Saks Fifth Avenue store and I was kind of testing a bunch of perfumes and I saw this and the purple bottle kind of caught my eye, so I'm like, let me just spray that, not really thinking much of it. I thought it was gonna smell like Gucci FLORA Gorgeous Gardenia, and that's why even when I saw the release of this, I wasn't all that impressed and it wasn't like, oh, I have to get that. But I smelled it in that store and I was so pleasantly surprised. I didn't get it there, but I had sprayed it on my wrist and I loved the smell so much that the same day I drove to Sephora and I bought it because I was completely amazed by how good this perfume smells. And not only that, but I am so happy to tell you guys that this smells like an OG, a classic that many people have loved for so long, but it's been discontinued and now people charge like crazy for it. And you'd be surprised to know it smells like Taylor Swift Wonderstruck. When I put the two and two together, I was like, I have to get that. I'm obsessed with Wonderstruck. This has been such an OG. I've used this ever since it came out, like well over a decade ago, and I've been obsessed ever since. And I have this teeny tiny bottle of it, but it is so hard to come across. It's not even hard to come across. You cannot find it anymore. And if you do, you're gonna be overpaying like 5 times the original price that this was at one point. So you can imagine how excited I was when I found this, and I kept smelling it and I'm like, this reminds me of something. Then I looked it up. I went on Fragrantica and sure enough, one of the perfumes on the this reminds me of category was Taylor Swift Wonderstruck, and I'm like, gotta go to Sephora right now. So with all that said, we're gonna get into all the info on this one and what I think about it. Please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and turn your post notifications on, and let's get started. Starting off, as always, let's start with the notes. So this one actually has really delicious notes in it that, again, I hadn't looked into. I don't know why I didn't look into this one, because I think if I had looked into it more when it first came out, like the second it came out, I would have bought it right away. But I'm kind of glad it crept up on me because it was a nice surprise. So this has notes of dewberry and coconut, middle notes of magnolia, jasmine sambac, clary sage, and base notes of musk, patchouli, and blonde woods. I think the dewberry and the coconut are the stars of the show in here, even though it's called Gorgeous Magnolia and that's supposed to be a big element. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is a floral vibe to this to some extent, but I actually would call this more of a sweet fruity scent with a floral background than a floral fruity kind of scent, if that makes sense. The dewberry and the coconut are so yummy in here that it almost smells like plummy candy. I don't know how to explain that. It's so gorgeous. Not gonna lie, it is soapy, but in the best way. It's like a sweet candy smelling soap without being sickly sweet, because it still has those floral nuances. This does not smell very mature or anything like that. I do think that's a pretty youthful scent. It's fresh, it's sweet, it's candy-like. It's amazing. Is it the most unique fragrance out there? No, but it smells really good. Now here comes the comparison with Wonderstruck. This fragrance has the same sort of purpley sweet floralness that's in here. I think Wonderstruck may be a little bit more sweet than this one. I think this one leans a little bit fresher, but they both have this candy sweet vibe to them. They are not dupes, unfortunately. Like for those of you that want this one and you want like a complete dupe of it, I don't think this one's a complete dupe of it, but I think it's in the same family, and that's good enough for me because I'm obsessed with this one. And what I'm going to be doing from now on is putting this with this as a layering combo. For those of you that love this perfume and maybe you ran out of it and you don't want to overpay like crazy right now for this one, try this one out. I think you're going to get the same vibe, so it may work out well for you. And that's why I was so excited to make this video, because it's the first time there's been a scent that even comes close to Wonderstruck, which you would think there would be so many scents like this one out there because it's just a little celebrity perfume, but it's so good. There's really nothing like this one. until now. I actually love this. Just be aware, this is a lot soapier, a lot cleaner, but the type of sweetness and the type of sweet florals that are in here match up pretty well with the scent that's in Wonderstruck. So that's why I wanted to include that. Honestly, I wanted to make this entire video just to tell you guys that, because I know a lot of you out there love Wonderstruck. And if somebody made this kind of video and told me that any perfume smelled close to Wonderstruck, I would personally be running to Sephora because I'm obsessed with Wonderstruck. So those are all the positives about this perfume, but there is one major negative when it comes to this one, and I wish this wasn't the case, but I still bought it because I love the scent and I'm gonna deal with it, and I have ways to kind of work around it. Longevity. It's not really here, unfortunately. This perfume, I can maybe stretch it out to 4 hours, but it does not last very long, which is such a bummer because number one, this is not a cheap perfume. Number two, it kind of fools you a little bit because when you first spray this out, it's pretty strong and it feels like a scent that would last. And then literally within 1 or 2 hours, it starts to just completely evaporate off your skin, and it's so annoying. At the 4 hour mark, it's pretty much just completely gone. Now there is little tips and tricks that you can do to work around that if you really loved a scent, which is why I ultimately got this, because I really love it. And with the comparison to Wonderstruck, I'm like, I've never found a scent that could even closely resemble this, so I have to get it. But I had to mention the longevity for you guys. If that's something that's really important to you, I'm not sure about this one. In terms of that, terms of scent, 10 out of 10. Longevity, 2 out of 10. Which sucks so bad because it's Gucci. You're a freaking designer perfume and you are over $100 for 1.6. Not even the full 100 ml. This was like, I think 130 or 140 I think it came out to with tax, which is crazy for a perfume that doesn't last. What is up with this? Like, can these companies actually put some effort into longevity of these scents, especially when they come to this price point? Like, there is cheap perfumes out there that are like 20 bucks that outperform these designers. It's a shame. It's just so annoying because you fall in love with the scent and it just doesn't last. It's like a slap in the face. But anyways, I'm just focusing on the positives. I'm like so in love with this that I'm just love blind at this point. I'm just choosing to see past the poor longevity because I love it. But like I said, if that's a deal breaker for you, I'm just here to let you know it does not last very long. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you got your hands on this one, let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you think it smells similar to Wonderstruck, because that's honestly the main reason that I bought it. And honestly, even though the longevity is not great, I found that as I've mixed it with Wonderstruck, it actually makes the longevity better, and it kind of merges these two scents because they're kind of a similar vibe, and it makes it smell like one just really amazing version of this. It just kind of intensifies Wonderstruck for me, so I love it personally, and for me it was a win, even though longevity is not great, because I'm just gonna be layering it, I think, for the most part. But yeah, that's all I have on this one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. That is it for me today. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn your post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.